to this 14th session on design thinking in data science. So until a couple of weeks back, I was calling it, as I mentioned, real world data science. Because of the broader scope we are covering, we have decided that a more apt name is design thinking in data science. We cover multiple aspects. So that's why that is the new name. Again, as usual, if you want to learn more about myself, this is optional. You can see this video. About the foundations required for this course, you need to go through these two videos. About the course structure itself, these two are better videos. So, as always, data science can be studied in three different ways. Mathematics and programming way, which is covered in the first 9 sessions in this circular class. So we keep covering them again and again. Those who want to get into programming, building products, they need to learn this and they need to specialize in this. On the other hand, data science can be studied from a business and analysis perspective, which the last class is being done today. If you are an MBA kind of a person, and if you want to understand the business angle, ROI, plan a data science implementation, this course teaches, and you have to specialize in this part. And then if you are an engineer, pharmacist, or a chemist who want to use data science in your discipline, this is the area where you have to start and specialize in this, but know the other two. So this course introduces you to all three techniques, and you have to now figure out which area you want to specialize in and build in that particular area, right? This is, as I said, the last class in the business part, and this is a continuation class. So unless you actually were there in the last class, this is not a great point to start. Okay, if you just joined, if you don't understand, please go back to the video after this class of the last class for you to understand better. On the other hand, if you were there in the last class, you're good to get started. Right. Last class, we looked at how to handle structured data. And now I'm going to actually talk about unstructured data. What is unstructured data again? For your data science problem, okay, you may at times have a proper Excel kind of a data set where every row is a new data point and every column is age, income, gender, etc., which you measured. So that kind of nicely tabulated data is called structured data. Unstructured data is everything else. The text emails that you write, the images that you take, the phone calls that you record, the the videos that you record, all this is unstructured data. Now, if you think about it, as a human, we not only work with structured data, but also with unstructured data in our decision making. Is this person shouting at me or not? Okay, you probably, or is this person angry with me or not? Very unlikely that you actually can assess that from a structured data, age, income, gender, etc., because it's a momentary thing. On the other hand, looking at the photo, you can figure out. Looking at the phone call, hearing to the phone call, you can hear, you can understand. So many a times we make inferences based on unstructured data. So in today's class, we will learn how to handle such unstructured data in your model. Okay. With the problem with unstructured data is the ability to, is brain's superior ability to summarize unstructured data. See, if, I don't know, if you're all youngsters, right? So you may not probably, many of you, I'm sure, are not married. Some of you are married. So if your partner, spouse asks you, hey, you know what? Can you remember exactly what I was wearing on the day we first met? At least if my wife asks me, I will put a blank face. I mean, I won't remember anything. Of course, I remember some great stuff about that meeting. I remember some really positive vibes, some really positive stuff I'll remember, but I don't remember every exact detail that happened on that meeting. That is the ability that brain has when it sees some unstructured data, a image, a text, a video, it quickly captures the summary. Okay, and the summaries are extremely powerful. And the beauty here is you don't even know what it is capturing, right? I will give you, let's play a game so that you will understand the power of your brain. I will tell you one word in English. Quickly think of a word that comes to your mind, but you don't say it. I will tell you, okay? I will tell you a word. I'll give you 3 seconds to think about a word that comes to your mind, and I will guess that word and I'll get it right. Okay, are you ready for the game? Okay, hear the word carefully. King. Many of you thought queen. Okay, how did I get it? How did I know you thought about queen when I said king? Okay, don't tell me nobody had thought about queen. Okay, in the chat room, you can tell if you thought about queen, you can say, yeah, that is the word that came to my mind when you said king. Okay. Yeah, yes. So you obviously, now what does that mean? Just let's step back. That's not very difficult. Most of you would have guessed it too. But what is happening is your brain actually created a summary of king. It associated king with certain properties, probably power, probably rulership, probably kingdom, things like that. And it associated many other words also with that similar attributes. And it turns out that queen is closest to king in those attributes. Right? So obviously, you probably didn't think about Neptune when I said king, or Pani Puri. Obviously, because the way your brain associated the properties associated with it are not matching. Now, if I ask you, tell me exactly how your brain remembered the word king. You wouldn't know. You know some properties and some values, and such that queen is close to that. That memorizing an image or a text or a word or an image or a video or an audio as a summary, as a vector, is one of the biggest strengths of brain. And a machine learning community never figured out how to do it right. There were some feeble attempts. There were some very weak attempts, but we were never successful until 2013 about storing or extracting a summary of a unstructured data that brain alone is able to do. But in 2013, we did manage to figure out a programmatic way to solve that problem, which is made possible with the neural net.